Alright guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're playing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven. And if you guys don't know what this is, it's just basically a game based off an anime. As you guys can tell, it has the anime style of drawing. It's based on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime and the manga, obviously, as well. Before I get started, I just want to say this is a demo. I don't have the full game. I am planning to get the full game. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's one of my favorite animes next to Dragon Ball, obviously, and a few other ones. And just before I get started here, I want to talk a little bit about what I have here, because I know some of you do not watch this. So here's how I'm gonna start out. There are about 8 parts to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the manga, and the anime only has 4 parts. The first part is based around Jonathan Joestar, great grandfather of him, Ghostar. I was gonna say Ghostar. Jotaro Kujo. Jonathan is basically the beginning of the Joestar bloodline and down, and in that part there's a villain called Dio Brando, and he's obviously the villain. And then the whole story, most of the parts are revolving around Dio and the Joestar bloodline. And this part 1 is Jonathan and Dio. Part 2 is Jonathan's grandson, Joseph Joestar, and then he fights villains that are vampires, similar to what Dio was, but much more powerful. And this is Jotaro Kujo, which is from part 3, Stardust Crusaders. He's basically fighting against Dio Brando because things happen. Spoilers, I don't want to get too much into what happens, but the villain is Dio in this part again. And then part 4, which is Diamond is Unbreakable, Josuke Higashikata is the protagonist in that part, and basically he just fights stand users in his town of Tokyo. No, not Tokyo, somewhere else, but it's in Japan. And let me get started in the game real quick, because I might take a little too long. Basically, the stories revolve around stand users, which are basically like spirits, I want to say, sort of, that help you with different abilities. Talk about Jotaro for a bit. He has the stand Star Platinum, and it's basically just raw strength, what Star Platinum is, and then that's his stand. So I'll show you what it looks like now, and then let's talk about him, Noriaki Kakyoin. He has that green stand that you just saw, which is called Hierophant Green, I think. That's what it's called, I think. And they're basically just things that help you fight, depending on the ability style. Let's go here. Let's fight him. And you can see this purple guy in front of me. He is Jotaro's stand, and it helps him fight. So as you can tell, Jotaro does a few hits, and then this guy comes in and starts punching him, and it's just raw strength. Let's keep on going. That's basically part of what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is. I do recommend watching the anime and reading the manga as well, since the manga is like extremely far ahead of the anime. The manga has been in production for about 20 years, since the 1980s, but they didn't start making the anime until around 2010, I think. So almost like 15 years or so, I think. 30 years. They say 1980s? No, I meant the 1990s. So it's been like about 15 years since it started, and no anime was actually made for this manga. I might sound a little bit what do you call it? Whoa, I'm getting my ass kicked. What the hell? Alright, there you go. I might sound a little bit like, I don't know, stale, I guess. I'm not excited. It's because I already recorded this once, but I messed up. So I'm basically just repeating what I said in that video like twice already, and it just doesn't sound the same. I feel like I'm missing some parts from what I said in the beginning, but I'm trying. I tried. So that's basically it. Oh, they gotta do a combo mode. This, I forgot to mention, this game is a arena fighting game. So it's similar to what a lot of you, if you guys play fighting games, what Dragon Ball Xenoverse is. It's a 3D fighter game, arena fighter game, so you can walk around, do whatever, and fight. And you have certain abilities with certain combinations of buttons. I gotta do a heart attack, nice. And then I got this. This is my super move. And he ORA'd him, and I love this. Nice. And he does it again. Haha. I don't know, but Jonathan here, Jotaro is my favorite JoJo. And, alright, that's what I forgot to mention. That all the protagonists, most of the protagonists of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are named JoJo. Not either. They are named JoJo because their first and last names usually have a Jo in their name. So like, let's talk about Jonathan Joestar, the first JoJo in the series. His first name is Jonathan, so that consists of the J-O in his name, and his last name is Joestar. And that's where the other Joe comes from, being JoJo, Jonathan Joestar. His grandson, Joseph Joestar, has Joseph, and Joseph is his name, so the Joe and Joseph and the Joestar as his last name is where his JoJo comes from. Now let's move on to Joseph's grandson, which is Jotaro Kujo, who I'm playing as right now. His name is Jotaro, and his last name is Kujo, having the Joe in his both his first name and last name, and that basically consists. This is basically consistent throughout all the protagonists of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We'll move on once more to what's his name? Diamond is Unbreakable's Part 4. Josuke. He does not have a Joe in his last name, but he's still a JoJo because he is related to the Joestar family, since he is what's his? He is also Joseph's he is Joseph's son. So he is still part he's still JoJo. He just keeps his last name from his mom's side because as a baby, Joseph I don't want to say abandoned, but he did impregnate a woman in Japan, and he just never really came back. But he is a JoJo because of that. His father is Joseph Joestar, last name being Joestar, but he does not carry the name. Anyways, I'm I'm talking too much about that. I think I actually spoiled a bit from that. So whatever. Oh, time's running out. I forgot. I did mention this was a demo, right? I am planning to buy the full game because I really enjoy it. Oh no, I'm stuck. Why? I think we lost. We're supposed to be killing them. I don't know. Oh, I think we won. Yeah, KO. There you go. Nice. But yeah, this is basically I just want to share with you guys this game because I really like the anime. I think you guys should watch it too. Um, the anime and the manga both are fucking great. I think you guys should watch it. I know you'll enjoy it. Especially part three. I think part three is like probably the best part. The first three parts are like awesome because you get to learn everything about the Joestar family, and you just get to see a bunch of crazy stuff. And I didn't talk too much about uh, Joseph and Jonathan and what they go into in their parts, but I think you guys should just watch it for yourself to learn what happens. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please share, subscribe, all that great stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.